Does he speak English or does he speak German?
She's like trilingual.
Djoko. Wait, what's his third language?
Spanish.
Oh, wow. Siéntate. No. Today, I'm working with Djoko, an adorable rescue from Romania. Djoko's case is super interesting and fun for me because it's not a typical training where it's like one problem behavior like barking or jumping. Rather, Djoko has a lot of anxiety and fear, likely from some trauma in his past that Djoko's parents nor I know for certain what it was. So we worked a lot on desensitization, counter conditioning, positive reinforcement, confidence building, but also obedience like heel was an area that Djoko's dad wanted to address. This is the first of multiple sessions with Djoko, so definitely stay tuned for his amazing progress. To start off our training, I definitely wanted to start indoors where he's not so anxious because Djoko's dad had mentioned that his anxiety and inability to listen definitely starts as soon as they go outside. Since Djoko's a bit apprehensive with strangers as well, I started out nice and easy with some basic obedience to not only get him comfortable with me, but also to introduce the concept of the clicker. The very first homework I gave Djoko's parents was to stop using any use of punishment that may scare Djoko, like physical corrections or even loud noises or yelling. Instead, we are going to focus on positive reinforcement with clicker training, which goes a huge way in building his confidence up, showing him the world isn't so scary, as well as getting that desirable behavior that we're looking for. So basically the clicker is this thing, and it's like a training format that's all based on positive reinforcement. And so the first thing I would ask is like no more doing things like trying to scare him into doing things. Well, I'm not saying you're trying to scare him at all, but for example, when you want him to go into a heel, instead of like when he's not listening, yelling in a scarier voice or whatever, we're gonna work more on like just reinforcing the behavior with positive reinforcement, aka treats and stuff. So also peanut butter if he doesn't like the treat. And what the clicker does is, so first of all, when you use clicker training, the dog learns that after the clicker, he's always going to get positive reinforcement. So the first step is just literally going to be like click, treat, just so he learns. And then once you start actually using the clicker to train, you're able to like capture every single good behavior he does. So like, for example, if I tell him to sit and his butt hits the ground, I could click and treat. And then you could apply to all kinds of training. So same with like the foos thing. If I want him to come next to me, I would say foos. As soon as he's here, I would click and treat. And basically that makes training more positive, like no more fear, because he's very, very clearly very anxious. Even now his ears are all pinned back, his tail is super low. We want to build his focus, confidence. Yes, and that's why I want to make the training purely positive from now on. Here, come here, buddy. He's a little scared of the camera. Sit. Good boy. So I'm just going to introduce what the clicker means for the first few minutes. Yes. So with clicker training being so new to Djoko, I started with associating the sound of the clicker with treats coming and slowly started incorporating the clicker into commands he already knows, like sit or paw. Once he established the connection at least a little, we were able to use it in training going forward. Oh, wow.
And also Zeus. If you do like this, you'll put both.
Zeus. Oh, that's close enough. That's close enough. You're such a good boy. Oh, he's so pretty. Can you do down? Good boy. So as you can see, like as soon as he does the desired behavior, we're clicking and treating. And I think he's already learning that the clicker means treats. Good boy. And you know what? You also said his focus was not that good, right?
Yeah, especially outside.
Okay, does he know the term focus, like look in your eyes?
We haven't trained it enough. I did look and I point at myself sometimes, but I haven't trained that enough.
Okay, we can then maybe train that more. So basically every behavior, so I know he doesn't listen that well outside. So that's why I'm going to start inside. And yeah, his focus isn't that great now. That's why we want to strengthen it here inside. And then we could try it outside as well. Maybe he can't do it yet outside. He likes the peanut butter already. Yeah? Here, Djoko, ready? Look at me. Oh, what is it? Sorry.
Look.
Oh, look. Yes! And the clicker is also so perfect for these kind of behaviors where he does it for like 2 seconds, or not even 2 seconds, like 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's why the clicker is so important to like capture that behavior. Okay. Look, good boy, you're so smart. And we could even start doing things like I can hold distractions over here. Djoko, look. I'm just gonna wait for him to look at me. Look. Djoko, look. Yes, good boy. What a good boy. And you just want to make him feel super confident. And things like this are building his confidence as well, because every single time, look, he's able to accomplish something, it like furthers his confidence. So that's why I also like positive reinforcement only training, especially for dogs like Djoko that are scared, because it's gonna help. Oh my God, you don't have to be so scared. Look, Djoko. Yeah, what a good boy. What a good boy. You are so cute. Djoko, look. No. I'm just going to wait for him. So again, like I'm not going to punish him or anything like that. I'm just going to wait for him to give me that behavior. Look. Yes, good boy. So once we did a little more basic stuff inside, Djoko was getting more comfortable with me and with everything and understanding the clicker, and Djoko's dad showed me what his heel looks like at the moment indoors, so we were ready to move outside and continue there. By the way, Djoko's command for heel is foos.
Djoko, foos. Foos. Good boy.
Very good.
Okay, foos, Djoko.
Okay, so what I want you to do from now on is that before he started pulling, he looked at you and he was doing really well. And even though it's gonna seem like a lot of rewarding, I want you to reward him more frequently at the beginning. Yeah. I know this is not the beginning for him and he knows it so well, or I could tell, but because when we go outside, he's already getting to the point where like he's not listening as well as we were inside. Mm-hmm. When he's in that foos, you would give him a treat, then literally take 2 steps again. Okay. 2 steps again. And let's see if we can get to like that tree by doing that.
Djoko, foos. Djoko, foos. Djoko, foos. Good boy.
As I was observing the current state of Djoko's foos, or heel, I noticed there were 3 major problems. One was that Djoko's reaction time was a bit slow and he listened only after Djoko's dad called him multiple times. 2, Djoko wasn't exactly sure in what position he should be in, which is parallel to his dad. 3rd, Djoko's heel did not last very long before he would start speeding up. So I wanted to step by step start addressing these major 3 points. So when he gets into that position where he's like laying like standing like this, what you can also do is lure him to go back. Yeah. You take a step back yourself to make it easier for him. Yeah, lure him back, and then take a step forward. And now he's in position, and you were exactly, that's perfect. So you could take 2 more steps. Give him another. Yes. Maybe another one. Look, you're dead. Good boy. 2 more steps.
Good boy.
Perfect. This is perfect. And then what I also want you to start incorporating, I don't know if you do this yet, but when he's done with the heel, tell him to be free.
Yeah, that's and go.
What is that language?
No, like and go. Like,
oh, and go.
And you can
I was like, how many languages? Okay, then at that, so then like when we're still practicing at the beginning, I know this is not new to him, but let's treat it like it's new. Yeah. You would do like 20 meters, 10 meters. And then say and go, like let him go again. Okay. We don't want to make him do heel from like here to the end of the streets too much for him. So maybe now just say and go.
And go.
Oh wow, he knows exactly what that means. Yeah. Okay, maybe we could put him back into the foos
Djoko,
again.
Foos. Djoko, foos.
He's a little excited.
Yeah.
So now you could do the lure thing where you take a step back.
Djoko, foos. Djoko, foos.
Perfect. And now take a step forward.
Good.
Yes.
Boy.
Now he's in position. Yes, and this is perfect time for her to use the clicker. I can use the clicker for you this time. But tell him to go now again.
And go. And go. And go. Good boy.
Or maybe we let these people pass and then we could try again. You are so cute. You are so cute.
Good boy.
Okay, you could tell him and go.
And go.
Okay, now put him back into foos.
Good boy. Foos.
Take a step back. Yes, lure him.
Djoko, foos.
Go with your dad. Now take a step forward.
Good boy.
Yes, see that's exactly how you use the clicker. Like that is exactly what we want him to do. So that's why we're using the clicker. And then as you keep moving, we can also go like that. By adding in those tiny steps backwards as Djoko approaches, and then an immediate step forward, it was much easier for him to get into the right parallel position, but it also made it more engaging, therefore motivating him to actually want to do the heel. Also, by adding a lure and intermittent rewards frequently and keeping the duration very short, we were able to work on keeping him in the position during movement. The goal, of course, is to eventually fade the lure entirely and keep rewards unpredictable, but I'm treating this as a new command for Djoko so we can start building up those foundations first. And then our first distraction arrived, an ambulance on the road, so we were able to address this as well.
See, like that's what I mean.
Okay, so when this happens, let's give him a second. And then you know what I want to try actually is to see if he would listen to anything. Djoko! Yes! So when that kind of stuff happens, when he loses focus, I want to get really close into his bubble because it's easier for him to pay attention. And then as soon as he looks at me when I call his name, because he's paying attention, I'm going to click and give him a treat a little bit further from the distraction. Okay. Because the further we get, the easier it is for him to listen. So right now I pretty much have his attention, I think. Djoko, come here, sit. Good boy. High five. Good boy. And now try to put him into foos. I think he would listen.
Djoko foos? Djoko foos? Good boy.
Yeah, that's good.
Good
And then we could take a
boy.
few steps. Another reward.
Good boy.
Oh, he's biting the tube. Another few.
boy.
Yes. And now we could let him go.
And go.
Go!
And go.
Since we're kind of starting anew, you can also use it to kind of lure him when he's walking next to you. So like, give him a few licks of the thing, and then as you start taking more steps between the rewards, you can still show him that you have the reward to lure him. And then as he gets more reliable, then you could start taking the reward and putting it like up here so he can't really see it, until eventually you could put it into your pocket and he could still do it. But that takes a long time, especially when he's having a hard time focusing. But for example, right now, if you, okay, not anymore.
So now, for example, that he does foos and I didn't even say it, should I reward him?
You can, yeah. Since him being next to you is good behavior, you're not technically rewarding the foos as in your command, but you are rewarding him for being next to you. And that's another thing with like a super anxious dog like Djoko is like, something that makes a huge difference is, for example, from now on, try bringing the librivost on every single like morning walk, let's say, maybe not every single walk. And every time he's doing something that you like, whether you told him to do it or not, you click and reward, because then you're reinforcing that behavior, and he's going to quickly learn, if I do that, I get good stuff. And he clearly loves that, loves that shit. Now I wanted to then move to the other street in Djoko's neighborhood where he often got super anxious / distracted, so that we could start working on desensitizing him, counter conditioning his fear, and just generally working on easy commands around these distractions to again build his confidence and focus. On the way to the street, we saw a dog in the distance, and again, it was the perfect time to get a mini training session in specifically addressing his hyperfixation on dogs.
And go.
Does he see something?
See,
Does he think it's a dog?
Yeah.
Okay, see, this is perfect. So it's pretty far away. This is the perfect training. Djoko, yes! So in those situations, ideally they're super far away like they just were. Djoko! Good boy. And while they're still far away, again, like I said earlier, you want to get pretty close to him, get his attention, and he, like with either with his name or making a weird sound. And then as soon as he looks at me, or even looks in my direction, I don't need eye contact, I'm just gonna like drag him away.
Yeah.
And if they stay far away, that's great. We can wait for them to get further and stay here and do a bit of training, like basic obedience. Sit. Good boy. And if they get closer, we can either cross the road or, I don't know, just get out of the way, just to like manage it.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily training, obviously, to like run away from triggers, but it is a way to manage it so he doesn't have the opportunity to ignore you. And that's what we really want to do and like set him up for success. If there's an incident where like a dog comes like out this door, we're not ready for it, and something happens, like he, I don't know, runs up to it to say hello or something, it's fine, we don't have to punish him or anything. But ideally we want to avoid those situations whenever we can by like creating distance and reinforcing that good behavior. Djoko, sit. Wow, good boy. Good boy. Okay, so let's keep walking towards the scary street for Djoko. As we kept making our way to said street, Djoko's dad tried to practice a few more reps of foos, and Djoko was clearly having a hard time listening and looked very overstimulated / anxious. Good boy. So right now I'm seeing that he's a little above threshold. Like he's very clearly, I don't know what he's anxious about, but you see how his ears are so pinned back and he's kind of looking around frantically. Yeah. So in times like this, I would suggest we wouldn't do foos, just because I don't think he's like actually learning anything right now. Okay. Just because I think he's like very overstimulated. I don't know exactly what he's...
But that's the thing, he's almost always like this.
Right, so that's why I want to focus more first on like counter conditioning, so like changing the way he feels about being outside, and then we could work on things like foos that require a lot of his attention and energy. So that's why I think we can walk towards the scary street, and then we're just going to focus on changing his emotions from being probably like nervous, anxious, to just being chill, neutral, and positive. Yeah. To shed some more light on why Djoko behaves very anxiously, I also asked Djoko's dad about his history, his background when he first got Djoko, and it's really a sad story how Djoko has always been scared, but he seems very happy with his parents now, of course, but it's important to know the background of dogs when working with them.
I remember when I first got him, we were really... It was just weird to us, like he always had his tail down in between his legs, his ears were almost always like this, so his body language almost always displays being nervous and secure.
Do you know if he had an owner before you guys, or?
No, he was directly found on a field with his siblings, no mother, and then directly to the shelter, and then then we adopted him.
Aww. I mean, that's something that's good though. Like sometimes they have an owner that like beats them up or something.
But something happened because when, for example, when they gave him to us, the way that they gave him to us made me feel that they treated him badly. Like they kind of just like it was an
like
object.
get rid of him.
Yeah.
You got it from directly Romania, or you know how sometimes they import to Germany?
Yeah, they imported. It was like a big truck full of
puppies.
Dogs and puppies, and I remember the way that they gave him to us. They literally said like, "Oh, have fun with this one," and just like gave it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, at least he has you guys now.
Djoko,
where are you going?
Good boy.
That was good. I think you do a really good job of rewarding though. Like I think sometimes with anxious dogs, one thing I see is some people like they forget to reward.
Yeah.
Like they're just like they only reward when they tell them to do something specifically. But I like how when he came to you rewarded him. So that's something you want to continue doing more and more and more, and just like try to be super consistent with it.
Okay.
So as we approach the street, Djoko's parents told me what usually happens when they approach is that Djoko essentially shuts down. What the current routine is for them when they need to go on the street to get to the subway or whatever is to give Djoko a second to stop and like take in the scene. Then they keep going because he appears to not be reacting because he's not barking or anything like that. However, in reality, this is just Djoko being so overstimulated and scared that he shuts down and isn't able to even express his fear through barking or being frantic. So I wanted to spend some time keeping a distance from the actual street and working a ton on desensitizing him to the scenery, reinforcing good behavior and focus, and as I keep saying, building that confidence and neutrality. Over several sessions, we'll be able to move closer and closer to the actual street or subway station, but not until the training starts to take effect, which is why working with dogs like Djoko with lots of fear and uncertainty takes a lot of patience. Djoko! Yes, good boy! Yeah! So basically just making it kind of fun for him and showing him it's not a big deal. So you can keep him there actually.
Yeah.
Djoko! Yes, good boy! And what this is also doing is rewarding him for calmly looking at the scene. Like clearly the cars are a lot, the people are a lot, so he's looking. That's okay. If I can get his focus, that's amazing. Djoko. Yes, good boy. And I'm just going to move him away every time because that's also in and of itself kind of positive reinforcement. He's able to take himself away.
Yeah.
So that's also reinforcing, but I'm going to encourage him to go a little bit closer. Come on, go check it out. Okay, not that far. Djoko.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, maybe stay there. Djoko? Okay, I'm going to let him pee. Are you ready? Good boy. Come on. Djoko, come here. Good boy. Let's go back here again. Djoko! Djoko! Good boy! What a good boy! This is an intense scene. Even my dog will be scared. Djoko!
Good boy.
You can give him
Good boy.
treats from everyone. Djoko, come here. Yeah, sit. Good boy. So also what this does is like we're practicing him focusing on you, me, whatever, whoever's telling him to do something. Because we're practicing super easy things like sit that he knows for sure. But in an environment that's a little bit more difficult. Yeah, good boy. So I'm going to let him look at things, but I want him to not move this time, actually. Yeah, there's a person. Djoko, look. Yeah, good boy. So practicing like super easy things for him and also making it easy by staying super close to him. So also like, I don't know if there's any distractions coming up, but maybe look at the people. Yeah. You see the people?
Hopefully a dog comes soon.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. Djoko, look. Look. Yeah. So I'm like so close to his face because I'm just like setting him up for success to look at me.
I think if we go to the park there, we'll for sure find a dog.
Okay, let's go over there then. So this is something I do think you could practice though, like in terms of this. And then also like when we do our next session, we can even move even closer to the U-Bahn because that sounds like it's his like final boss. Yeah. But for now, I think this is a good training. And what you could do on your daily walks is basically like, I don't know where you guys usually walk, but at the end of your walk, you can come here and just do the exercise where every time he looks at you, when you call him, you can again take a step back, give him some of the treat. And also you can even walk back and forth here to do your foos training. Yeah. Just like in a controlled environment, yet you still have distractions, but it's not so crazy.
Djoko, foos? Djoko, foos?
Is there something there maybe? Oh.
Foos? Djoko. Djoko, foos.
And now step forward.
Good boy.
Good boy. To wrap up the first session, we then went to a fenced-in little area where Djoko could run around and Djoko's dad could play with him, which is an awesome way to strengthen their already super strong bond. For such an anxious dog with a really sad backstory like Djoko, this 40 45-minute training takes a ton of hard work, and I think Djoko and his dad absolutely crushed it, and I'm certain Djoko is going to make tons of progress in our upcoming sessions too. Make sure you subscribe to follow along Djoko's training and to see other real dogs with real problems.